Men will start chasing you forever if you do this. There's something undeniably powerful about a woman who knows her worth. She walks into a room and the air shifts. It's not arrogance, it's presence. It's the kind of confidence that doesn't beg for attention, it commands it. And if you think about the people who truly leave a mark on this world, they aren't the ones who chase love, validation, or approval. They are the ones who stand so firmly in their own light that others can't help but be drawn to them. Let me ask you, have you ever seen a man chase something he doesn't have to work for? Have you ever seen someone truly value what came to them easily, without effort? No, because human nature is wired to desire what feels just out of reach, what feels rare, what feels like it holds an unshakable sense of self. That is what captivates. That is what makes someone unforgettable. The secret isn't about changing who you are. It's about rediscovering the power you already have. You don't have to beg for love. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to twist yourself into something smaller just to fit into someone's life. When you rise into your power, when you stop seeking and start becoming, that is when everything changes. That is when the chase begins. Because nothing is more attractive than someone who doesn't need to be chased at all. The moment you decide to embrace your worth, everything shifts. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, it all transforms. There is an undeniable energy that radiates from a person who knows their value, and that energy is magnetic. It's not about arrogance or superiority. It's about understanding that you are enough, just as you are. When you stop seeking approval, when you stop bending yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you, you begin to attract the right kind of people into your life. You don't have to chase, convince, or prove yourself to anyone. When you truly recognize your worth, people will feel it before you even say a word. Think about the people who captivate you, the ones who leave a lasting impression. They are not desperate for attention. They are not constantly questioning whether they are good enough. They know they are. They walk into a room and take up space, not because they demand it, but because they exist with a confidence that comes from within. They don't need to shout to be heard, nor do they need to chase after people to be noticed. They stand firm in their truth, and that is what makes them When you embrace your self-worth, you stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop allowing people to treat you as an option when you should be a priority. You no longer tolerate half-hearted efforts, lukewarm feelings, or relationships that drain you rather than uplift you. You stop giving your time and energy to situations that do not serve you. Because when you know your value, you don't waste time proving it. You let your actions, your presence, and your unwavering belief in yourself do the talking. The most powerful shift happens when you realize that you are the prize, not in a way that diminishes others, but in a way that elevates yourself. You are not here to beg for love, for attention, for someone to see your worth. The right people will recognize it without you having to convince them. The moment you stop chasing is the moment you start attracting. And the people who truly matter, the ones who are meant to be in your life, will always be drawn to the light of someone who knows exactly who they are. Confidence is not about having a perfect face, the best clothes, or the most charming words. It is not about being the loudest person in the room or demanding attention. Real confidence is quiet yet powerful. It is the way you carry yourself when no one is watching, the way you believe in yourself even when the world tells you otherwise. It is the deep, unshakable knowing that you are enough, without anyone's validation, without anyone's approval. The moment you stop looking for permission to be great, the moment you stop waiting for someone else to recognize your worth, you step into a power that is entirely your own. People can sense when you are seeking validation, and the truth is, the more you seek it, the less you receive. Validation is a game of constantly trying to prove yourself, of hoping someone will finally tell you that you are good enough, smart enough, beautiful enough. But here's the secret. You don't need them to say it. You don't need anyone to give you permission to take up space, to shine, to chase your dreams. The moment you stop needing validation is the moment you become truly powerful. When a woman walks into a room with confidence, not because she needs to be seen, but because she already sees herself, people notice. When she speaks, it's not to impress, but to express. When she moves, it's not to be admired, but because she is comfortable in her own skin. That kind of confidence is intoxicating. It makes people want to be around you, to figure you out, to understand what makes you so self-assured. It creates an air of mystery, a quiet allure that doesn't need to be forced. The most magnetic people in the world are not those who try to be liked by everyone, but those who are completely, unapologetically themselves. They do not fear rejection because they know that rejection is just redirection. They do not change themselves to fit into someone else's version of perfect because they understand that perfection is an illusion. They walk, speak, and live in a way that says, I am enough. And that energy is contagious. When you stop needing validation, when you find your confidence within instead of searching for it outside, you become the kind of person that others are drawn to effortlessly. A woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to go after it is a force of nature. She doesn't wait for permission, she doesn't hesitate, and she certainly doesn't ask if it's okay to dream big. She simply does. She wakes up every morning with a fire inside her, a hunger to create, to build, to achieve. She is not defined by what society expects her to be, nor is she confined by outdated ideas of what she should or shouldn't do. She is limitless because she has decided to be, and that decision alone makes her powerful beyond measure. Ambition is not about competition, it's about evolution. It's about constantly striving to be a better version of yourself, not because you are not enough, but because you are capable of so much more. It is about setting goals, chasing dreams, and refusing to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. A woman who is busy creating a life she loves does not have time to chase after people. She doesn't sit around waiting for someone to notice her, love her, or validate her existence. She is too focused on building, on growing, on expanding into everything she was meant to be. Men don't chase women who are idle. They don't chase women who need them to feel whole. They chase women who are so deeply involved in their own journey that they become an inspiration. They are drawn to the woman who is passionate, who is driven, who walks with purpose and moves with intention. It is not about having everything figured out, but about having the determination to figure it out along the way. It is about showing up for yourself even when no one else does, even when the path is uncertain, because nothing is more attractive than someone who is fully committed to their own growth. The world respects people who respect themselves, and there is no greater act of self-respect than chasing your own dreams with relentless passion. A woman who has ambition radiates a different kind of energy. She is not desperate for attention because she has already given herself all the attention she needs. She is not afraid of being alone because she enjoys her own company. She does not settle for mediocrity because she knows she is capable of greatness. And in the process of becoming the best version of herself, she naturally attracts those who recognize, admire, and respect her unstoppable spirit. There is something undeniably captivating about a person who doesn't reveal everything at once. The ones who leave you wanting more, the ones who keep you guessing, the ones who are layered like a beautifully written novel. Those are the people who hold power. Because the truth is, mystery isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about having depth. It's about knowing that your story, your emotions, your thoughts are precious, and not everyone has earned the right to know every detail. The moment you stop over-explaining yourself, the moment you stop giving people unlimited access to your mind, your emotions, and your energy, you become someone worth chasing. Too often we feel the need to overshare, to prove our worth through words, to explain ourselves in a way that makes others understand us immediately. But true confidence doesn't need constant explanation. When you walk through life with a quiet assurance, when you let people wonder instead of handing them all the answers, you create intrigue. And intrigue is powerful. People are naturally drawn to what they don't fully understand. They are fascinated by what feels just out of reach. When you make yourself an open book to just anyone, you take away the excitement, the curiosity, the desire to learn more. But when you hold back, when you reveal parts of yourself in layers, when you allow people to slowly discover the depths of who you are, you become unforgettable. A woman who embraces mystery is not distant, she is selective. She knows that not everyone deserves to know her struggles, her insecurities, her dreams, and her deepest thoughts. She shares with those who have proven they are worthy of her trust, those who respect her enough to be patient in understanding her. She is not afraid of silence. She is not afraid to sit in her own company without constantly seeking validation. And that kind of energy, self-contained, secure, and composed, draws people in like gravity. Mystery doesn't mean withholding love or affection. It means carrying yourself with a sense of purpose and self-respect. It means not being too easily available, not constantly explaining your every move, not over-investing in people who haven't shown they are equally invested in you. It is about allowing people to earn the privilege of knowing you fully, piece by piece, instead of handing them everything before they've proven they deserve it. Because when you become someone that others have to work to understand, you become someone they will never forget. Before anyone else can truly love you, before anyone can see your worth, before anyone can chase you with passion and devotion, you must love yourself first. Not in a surface level way, not in a way that depends on compliments, attention, or external validation, but in a deep, unwavering, unconditional way. Loving yourself means standing by yourself when no one else does. It means looking in the mirror and seeing someone who is already complete, already worthy, already enough, without needing someone else to confirm it. The love you give yourself sets the tone for how the world treats you. If you neglect yourself, if you settle for less than you deserve, if you put yourself last, the world will follow that example. But if you love yourself with the highest standard, if you honor your needs, your time, your boundaries, others will have no choice but to do the same. Self-love is not just about treating yourself to spa days or saying affirmations in the mirror. It is about the decisions you make every single day. It is about choosing relationships that nourish you instead of depleting you. It is about saying no to situations that drain your energy, to people who don't respect your value, to anything that makes you feel less than you are. It is about setting standards and never lowering them just to make someone else comfortable. It is about knowing that you do not have to beg for love, that you do not have to prove your worth to be worthy. When you love yourself fully, you stop seeking validation from others because you have already given it to yourself. You stop fearing rejection because you know that being alone is not the worst thing, being in the wrong company is. A woman who loves herself does not chase, she does not plead for attention, she does not shrink herself to fit into someone else's version of who she should be. She moves through life with a quiet confidence, a peace that comes from knowing she is already whole. That kind of energy is magnetic. That kind of presence is rare. People are drawn to those who are self-sufficient, to those who do not need love but welcome it, to those who radiate fulfillment from within. When you love yourself first, you create a life so rich, so beautiful, so full, that anyone who enters it knows they are stepping into something extraordinary. When you step into your power, when you stop chasing and start becoming, everything changes. The world responds differently to a woman who knows her worth, who doesn't beg for love, who doesn't shrink herself to be accepted, a woman who is confident in her presence, ambitious in her pursuits, mysterious in her essence, and deeply in love with herself. Doesn't have to ask for attention, it finds her. She doesn't have to convince anyone to stay, they choose to. She doesn't have to demand respect, it is given effortlessly. The truth is, people don't chase what is easily available. They chase what feels valuable, what carries an air of exclusivity, what holds itself to a higher standard. And the moment you stop trying to be chosen and start choosing yourself, the chase begins. Not because you need to be pursued to feel validated, but because your energy, your presence, your undeniable sense of self becomes something unforgettable. So step into that power, stop waiting for someone to see your worth and see it for yourself. Stop seeking validation from the outside when everything you need is already within you. Elevate your mindset, focus on your growth, protect your energy, and love yourself so fiercely that anyone who wants to be in your life must rise to meet you. The right people will always recognize the value of someone who recognizes their own. And when you embrace that truth, you'll never have to chase anything again, because what is meant for you will always come running.